I think I am on live. Why does it say something went wrong on this side? I don't know what that means. But if I am on, I'm just going to go and proceed as if I am on. Welcome to North Node Rising. I am back with another live. I said that I would do this from time to time, and what a better time to do it with this full moon that is about to happen tomorrow. So I'm happy to be here with you all, and we are going to talk about the full moon and how it pertains to our north nodes. Okay, so what is the big deal about this full moon? This full moon is in Pisces. Pardon if you hear the cars, I am at work. Okay, but this full moon is in Pisces, and it's in, the most intuitive sign, um, and receptive sign to the spiritual world, and it's the most transformative. So this full moon and this eclipse is supposed to be about transformation. It's about um, releasing, healing, and awakening and transforming. So with this eclipse that is also going to be happening tomorrow, um, it is about getting rid of things that no longer serve us in our future trajectory. So that's how it relates to our north node. So we're going to be delving into that. Um, it's with my research, I found out, because I am not the most astute with the celestials. That's something that I am learning. My gift is channeling messages from Mother. But when there is a nodal shift, my understanding is that um, that there will be an eclipse. So with that, there is a bridge that is linking these two axes: the axis of Pisces and Virgo, and the axis of Aquarius and Leo. And now, since the nodes have shifted into Aquarius being the north and Leo being the south, we're trying to pull away from ego, and we're trying to pivot and have more direct line to community and camaraderie and people, less about uh, the patriarchal uh, aspect of things, and more about a mother nurturing kind of aspect to life. So that's what we're going to be focused on. Pardon me. We're leaving behind the aspects of our south node in this moon cycle, which we are in Pisces for this full moon, but we're leaving behind things that are the shadow side of Virgo. So we want to leave behind those shadow traits that tend to focus on perfection, tend to focus on control. We want to have freedom as it pertains to our spiritual side. So that's what we are trying to align with in this full moon season with this Pisces energy, right? So as I'm going, as I am going, I'm going to be marking off what I have already talked about. I say that to say that it is just so that I can keep track of what I'm doing. So let's see, I talked about that, and I talked about the different axes. And so another thing that I wanted to talk about as well, pardon me, as we're getting into this energy, we will find that we may uh, get emotional. Our emotions may come and rise to the surface. Um, and that's going to bring about a healing and a reset. So we don't want to fight that. We want to embrace it so that we can get under or get, push forth whatever it is that is blocking this flowing obstruction, that whatever is giving the obstruction, so that this energy can come back and forth to us. So don't fight the emotions that you may be having. So what are some of the things we may want to do? Your intentions, especially the north nodes, as we have been delving into things, your intentions have already kind of been set, correct? So with that, we kind of have known what we have been working on, right? So this is about releasing. This is about releasing this time. We're trying to release uh, certain things that aren't beneficial to us. Okay. So those emotions may rise. You may find that you're sensitive on some things. Let it flow, let it come through to you so that healing can start. All right. So let's see. So removing old habits, removing old habits. Sorry. We will go into um, pardon me, some of the shadow sides of our south nodes and even our north nodes that we need to be focused on releasing. Pardon me just for a moment. of course, of course, I would start coughing on this live. Let me have a drink. Hold on. Pardon me. But the full moon should be used to release old habits, rest, and surrender control. So we're trying to let go of obligations, past identities, and things like that that we feel that we have to hold up to, right? These are pressures that sometimes are even unrealistic. These are pressures that are unrealistic and can bog us down so that we can't push through the barrier of who we are supposed to be. So we always talk about our north nodes in that. I always speak about our north nodes in that this is our destiny. I believe in the north nodes because this is who we are to become. Okay. These are, even though we're not actualized yet, we are supposed to be in this trajectory to become this, whatever our north nodes are. No matter what sun sign we are here for this purpose. And during this full moon, we will be able to get rid of some of that residual, whatever it is, the blockages that we can release in order to be fully of who we are. Okay. So again, we're moving away from Virgo over analyzing tendencies, fixing everything, controlling everything, because ultimately we do know, even though there are choices for us to make, even though there are choices that we need to make, we do know that everything works for our benefit for the future. So some people can get concepts and things quickly. Some people take longer, but that is the path that one has to take for whatever it is that they need to do. So again, this full moon is wanting us to rest and relax and reflect. Reflect, even if emotions come up to the surface, we want to reflect and rest in feeling what we are feeling so that we can get to the place that we need to do. As you're meditating, you're letting intuition take over, right? Because that's a trait of uh, Pisces. You're going to let intuition take over. You're going to let compassion come in, and you're going to listen to that consciousness that we know is our spiritual side that is trying to get us to slow down and recognize what it is that we need to do. And sometimes we don't need to do much. All we need to do is just rest and relax, pardon me, into the understanding that we are here for a purpose, right? So instead of speeding up this cycle, especially during this this lunar eclipse, we are to slow down and we are to take stock and listen to our intuition, right? So another thing you might want to do, you might want to take a full moon bath. I know I live on land, and we have access to outdoor showers. So taking a bath under the moonlight would be a great thing. You can also catch some of the moonbeams in some water. So a clear glass jar, set that out, and speak away what no longer serves you in your life. And maybe you can wash your hair with it the next day. But even having the window open, even if you're not outside, you can take a bath in your bathtub. I don't know if you have access to a window, but while that full moon is up, bathe, bathe during that, especially during that eclipse, whatever time it is in your, even if you can't see it, um, take a bath and have the intent on doing away with what no longer serves you. That would be immensely effective. So, like I said, we have access to an outdoor shower where I live because I live off grid, and we can take baths and showers under the moonlight. So, I think that's something that I may do. So, now we're going to go into how this lunar eclipse and this full moon affects our north nodes, okay? Now, pardon me, I am trying to figure out. I cannot see. I cannot see my chat feed. I'm so sorry. I can't see it at all. So I don't know what happened with that. It just says there's a little like work in progress type of a thing that says something went wrong. So I can't see that. And I will try to, if anyone does comment, I will try to respond in the comments afterwards because I can't see anything. And again, I'm new to this, so bear with me. But yeah, so we're going to go into our 12 north nodes and what this um, full moon means. What does it mean for each and every north node sign? As I am watching myself on camera, I feel the need to say, bear with me because my communication is in Taurus. If you've watched any of my videos, you understand that. So I tend to look off in space or kind of gaze off when I'm getting information. So please bear with me with that. Um, and my communication style is slower since it's in Taurus because I make sure to tease out what Mother has for me to say for you, okay? So bear with me with that. So let us go into what each and every sign, what is it that we're supposed to, and my understanding also too, when you have an eclipse, it's not about manifesting. Sometimes that can backfire. It is about reevaluating, and especially in this particular this particular uh, full moon, this is about releasing. It's about releasing. So we're going to focus on what is it that each North Node sign should be releasing and why. Why are we focusing on that? Because this is going to help us to get to where we need to be as far as how it pertains to our destiny. Why are we here? Each of our north nodes. I believe why we are here and our purpose is set in our north nodes. This is why Spirit had me to start this north node channel so that I could really speak on and give messages and information as to how we go about certain things, even though we're not fully actualized. We're not fully there yet. We have different degrees in our north nodes, but we're slowly but surely chipping away and piecing together what it is that we're here to do. And right now, especially in this age of Aquarius, we are here, even individually, our individual missions, it's more about a collective. So you'll find success no matter what it is. It could be music, it can be whatever you're into, finance or whatever, but it's you got to have an element or a trace of thinking about the next person. It's not about selfishness anymore. It's about us. It's about we. It's not about I and me anymore. So let's go into the different north nodes. The first north node that we're going to talk about is Aries, and with that south node in Libra. So, what are we trying to let go? Well, as we've been talking to you, Aries North Node, we have been talking about codependency. Codependency. So, Aries North Node, during this eclipse and during this full moon, you're trying to let go of the people pleasing, codependency, indecisiveness. You're trying to make decisions on your own 2 feet and on your own merit. So we're releasing that people pleasing, we're releasing that ego. Um, and you're going to stop trying to sacrifice yourself just to keep the peace. So that's kind of, we look at Aries and we think of children sometimes, because that's like the baby sign is what they say. So no matter what your sun sign is, if your north node is Aries, we're letting go this full moon tomorrow. We're going to uh, even if we have to write it on a piece of paper and burn it, we're letting go of this need to keep the peace. I know a lot of Aries, and again, I always talk about them, how people use them in the family. People use this in the family, and if your north node is Aries, you might see this more and more trying to manifest itself. But they are the ones that are the peacekeepers sometimes, or they are the mouthpiece of the family, or they are put in position to do things, and they're set up sometimes to be the bad guy. So you're going to let go of that need to keep the peace. You're going to let go of that people pleasing and codependency. No one needs to tell you that you are good, Aries, North Node, right? You are good because your South Node is Libra, okay? And balance and fairness is your thing anyway. Justice is your thing. You're a warrior, or you're going to be this warrior of justice, right? So that's in you anyway. So now you're about to step in your independent power. You're going to prioritize what you need instead of the needs of everyone else. And you're going to set firm boundaries. All right. So you're letting go of people pleasing, Aries North Node. You're letting go of codependency, indecision, and the need to be the power behind keeping the peace, right? So that's what you're working on. So now we're going to go into Taurus North Node. Taurus North Node with the South Node in Scorpio. What are you letting go of, Taurus? So we know the positives of Taurus. Taurus, people say materialism. People talk about that, but I like to translate that into self worth. You're teaching the collective about their power and their self worth, right? Taurus, North Node. But what we need to let go of, what we need to let go of is this paranoia. Okay, that's kind of that south node energy. We got to let that go. This obsession with needing to control, needing to know uh, uh, how everything is going to work out. Okay, because this full moon is in Pisces, and we are to let spirit have its way. We are to follow our intuition, so we don't have to know everything. As long as we are doing the things that we need to do, we can rest assured that everything is going to work out. So, getting rid of, you're releasing that paranoia, you're releasing that need for control, and you're releasing that need to trauma bond. Okay, we're releasing that during this full moon on tomorrow. Okay, I do know some sun sign Taurus, and another thing that they do is what you also need to release is this need to create scenarios in order to get attention. All right, kind of goes with that trauma bonding. So we're releasing those things. And this may not, if you are a Taurus North Node out there and you don't do some of these things, that's fine. But I'm speaking to the collective. So if you find yourself in any one of these scenarios, this is what you are releasing, right? We're focusing on embracing simplicity, stability, self worth. You're good at that. Okay. You're good at that. Sometimes, especially if your South Node is Scorpio, um, Taurus North Node, you do have a problem with that. So you're kind of fighting those demons of self worth, even though you know, and depending on your sun sign attached to it, you may not feel that you're worthy of certain accolades, but you need to get used to it because we need you. You remind us of who we are, and that all of us are here for a purpose. That all of us are here for a purpose. Um, with you being Taurus North Node, understand that grounding is going to be your friend. Grounding is going to be your friend, Taurus North Node. Okay. Um, enjoy Start enjoying just the physical comfort. Physical comfort. There may be a shirt that you like. Um, it's okay to enjoy that. It's okay to like what you like. You have permissions now since you are a Taurus North Node. And you might find yourself uh, doing things that you never thought that you would do as a certain sun sign, but you're finding out that you like, hey, I kind of like colognes. I like uh, perfumes or different things, and you say, I'm going to spoil myself, and that's okay to spoil yourself because you are worth it. But we do want to focus tomorrow on releasing. Yes, we want to build ourselves up, but we want to teach others around us. Again, everything still is about the community, but we want to release being paranoid, release creating scenarios to be seen. You're enough as you are. You don't have to do that, because uh, Taurus in general, they're going to have on and are smart as all out, I'll get out. So you don't have to contrive anything to be seen. So next is Gemini, North Node. With Gemini, what do you have to worry about? And I am a Gemini sun sign, so I can attest to this. Um, this full moon is asking you to get rid of self righteousness, preachiness. And what's so interesting that me and my sister always we talk about this. Sometimes, Gemini, it's not that you're wrong. It's not that you may be wrong about something. You may be right. But the going, and especially since we are communicators, so you Gemini North nodes can understand that we are communicators. So if it seems like someone is not interacting or they don't get it, we feel like we have to keep going in. No, no. We're called tomorrow to release that. We don't have to be dogmatic, right? We don't have to overgeneralize as well. Oh, all people do this or everyone, we don't have to do that. So Gemini North Node, we want to release that self-righteousness, that dogmatic way that we may have. And I can understand Gemini North Node because I'm a Gemini sun sign and this need to be heard. All right. You know what you know. You don't have to get validation. You know what you know. So tomorrow's full moon, we're asking for that to release that because guess what? Guess what, Gemini North Node? And you might find yourself, no matter what sun sign, just starting to, hey, loving to do research. I love to do research, but thinking we know all the answers. We do know answers. We do know answers, but we don't know everything. So it's okay to even admit that. So we're releasing that. There's not just one worldview. There's different ways to a thing. So we just need to release that. We need to ask Spirit to help clear the way so that we can receive what it is that we need for our journey, for I always talk about the positives. I hate to say positive and negatives, but for that positive trajectory, for a lack of a better word. Now we are coming to Cancer North Node. Cancer North Node with the Capricorn South Node. So what does Capricorn North Node need to release? So what have we been talking about in our monthly North Node readings? We've been talking about doing things in love. Doing things in love. Capricorn energy is a father type of an energy. Even though air is father, but I'm saying that sign is normally a father type of an energy. But we want to release this rigidity, this these walls that we have built up, and maybe even if you are working too hard, okay? We have to work in this day and age. Everything is extremely expensive, but we need to prioritize. We need to prioritize Capricorn. I'm sorry, Cancer North Node. We need to prioritize. And we need to make sure that we're watching, that we're not doing things for public stature or a pat on the back, right? We're trying to do things with pure intentions, Cancer North Node, and we're trying to get in touch with our emotions. Again, with you water signs, and for all the signs in general, there's a lot of things that might come up to the surface, right? In particular, what's coming to mind for Cancer is childhood things. So it may be time for you to release some things, and heal from that, okay? Cancer North nodes, release and heal. So yes, and I said I'm talking. I don't know why I keep bringing through Capricorn. I'm talking about Cancer North nodes, but I keep talking about Capricorn. So I don't know if I'm dealing with someone who is a Capricorn, and I'm talking about father energy when I should be on mother energy. So there's something there. Maybe I'm dealing with a Cancer North Node who has a lot of. I talked about air being really father energy. I don't know if I'm dealing with an air sign, but whatever you're doing, do it in love. Do it in love. Do it in love, and get rid of the emotional walls. We talked about too in one of our other readings about vulnerability and how that's not a weakness, how emotions are not a weakness, right? And Cancer, this isolation of, you need to get rid of thinking that you have to do everything alone. Everything alone. So my notes say we want you, Cancer North nodes, to lean into your feelings, lean into the home life. That right there is the Aquarian part of the theme. Leaning into home life, leaning into family, asking when you need help, asking when you need help, prioritizing self care and nurturing that inner circle. I think we talked about that last month, or it could have been this month for your Cancer North Node reading. So, yes, Cancer North Node. The South Node energy is really coming up with you, Cancer North Node. And I don't know if that is an indication. It's like it's an indication that this full moon may be hard for you to release. Work with it. Work with it, Cancer North Node. Work with it and allow yourself to feel. Allow yourself to feel and allow yourself to be intuitive. You're mother energy. You are mother energy, and allow yourself to feel with this Pisces energy so that you can transition from those blocks that you have. Someone has blocks out there. We all have blocks, but in particular, I'm speaking to Cancer North Node. Okay. So with that, we will move. And again, like I told everyone, I'm new to this chat, so I can't see any of the. I can't see this chat, so I don't know what I've done. It's just showing something. I don't even know what I've done. So next time I'll have it fixed. Okay, so now we are in North Node in Leo. North Node in Leo. What are we letting go of this full moon? Hiding in the crowd, hiding in the crowd, taking the back seat, being emotionally disconnected. Being emotionally disconnected. I often talk about how my son is a Leo sun sign, and his chart reads as if he is his own best friend, right? So he is a very content person, my son. He is this Leo, but now we are it's not enough to just be inside oneself. We have to affect the next person in a positive light. And I really do want to stress that because that's what Spirit tells me all the time. We are here to really affect the collective. All right. So, hiding in a crowd, emotional detachments, over into over being overcritical, intellectualizing. It's like we get caught up. Leo can get caught up in the talk, and a lot of fire signs do. They get caught up in the talk, but when it's time to be in either when it's time to lead something, it could be an issue. So you're gonna get have your this tomorrow with the full moon. Your job is to release this timidness. Know who you are, Leo. You are the lion. You are the leader in creativity, right? Stop playing small. My notes say stop playing small to fit in. Yes, stop playing small to fit in. You don't have to try to fit into a group. You're the leader. You are the leader, Leo North Node. Okay. And your Aquarius is your South Node. And we are in this time of Aquarius, but your job is to step into the spotlight. Your job is to step into the spotlight with your own uniqueness. Okay, so get rid of hiding in the crowds, emotional detachment, and being overcritical. And being overcritical of yourself. Yes, being overcritical of yourself, that comes through really strongly, Leo North Node. And depending on what sun sign that you are, that could be magnified tenfold. So watch out being overcritical of yourself, others as well. But a lot of times when people are overcritical of others, they're really self critical. So be weary of that. All right. Um, the next one is North Node in Virgo. Okay, with South Node in Pisces. Now, this North Node in Virgo, and with us being, with this moon being in Pisces, we're trying to let go of negative Virgo traits. We do that anyway with our North Node. We try to release what's in our South Node that doesn't serve us. We don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, like I always say. We take certain gifts that we have had or talents that we developed, but anything negative we leave behind. So, with this full moon being in Pisces, Virgo, you're going to have to watch that. Um, the things that you're going to have to let go of is playing victim, escapism, woe is me, um, just being aimless. And you wouldn't think that Virgo would have that uh, type of problem, but I can imagine that with this moon being in Pisces, there could be some kind of a struggle there because normally they're very organized and they want to clean up things, but this it's almost like spirit is like, if I can't do what I want, then I won't do anything. That's what's coming through. If I can't do what I want, then I'm not going to do anything. So North Node in Virgo, watch the escapism, watch the playing and the victim, aimlessness, release the tendency to just drift and just hoping things will fix themselves. Because why? We know the positive side of the Virgo is, especially when they give in to uh, their um, their gifts, is that they can create order. My sister and I always talk about our aunt who is a Virgo, and if you want a plan, she has one for you. And she's a Virgo, and baby, she can get that plan for us. And she's like, look, when it was COVID, she's like, okay, this is what you do to save toilet paper. This is what you do. She had the plan and the system. So that worked for the collective, right? Because she told all of us these tips and tricks. So we can do that. So what you're going to do and focus on during this eclipse, you're going to build healthy routines, as I know Virgo North Nodes can do, and ground yourself in reality. You know, when things get hard, we can always wish. I've done it too. I wish for $1 million, but the truth of the matter is we have to do the work. Not saying that we can't manifest $1 million when manifestation time is here or coming. We probably can do that, but we're going to have to put steps to a plan in order to achieve something, right? And Virgo North Node, you want to practice practical service. You don't have to do anything fantastical. It's just being practical, being goal oriented, and focusing on the task at hand. All right. So now we are on Libra North Node with the South Node in Aries. And with Libra North Nodes, I know Libra sun signs, they are, my daughter is a Libra, and we call her Disney Princess because if, no matter what I preach, and she has a happy medium, and that's her life and her trajectory. But baby, she uh, she wants to believe in the fairy tale, and it's nothing wrong with that. Her trajectory is her trajectory, but it's also she tends to have this me first, or if if someone else is getting attention, like what does that mean for her? The Disney princess has to have all the love, all of that, all the admirations. So Libra North Node, you're going to watch for that me first, that selfishness, um, that aggressive defensiveness. So if someone's telling you something, oh no, I wasn't, you can't even take just a simple suggestion because you're defensive. So we're going to get rid of that. We're going to ask for that to be released. And we're going to, part of this, something is coming to mind as I'm speaking about Libra, because truth is coming to mind. So Spirit is saying, talk truth. In order to release these things that I'm talking about for each and every node, we have to be truthful. Because the first part of this, for this Pisces full moon, is self reflection. So we have to be truthful. We have to be able to say, this is an area that I'm selfish in. This is an area that I need work in, right? So with you, Libra North Node, selfishness, aggressive defensiveness, impatience, and releasing needing to do everything by yourself. Some of this Libra North Node is just the way that you were taught. So some of this you just need to learn a different way. And it can be changed, but needing to do stuff, it's like out of stubbornness. If I want it done right, I have to do it myself type of an attitude. So we want to release that this full moon. Okay. Learn the art of compromise, Libra North Node. Cooperate. Think about balance and harmony. That's what you're about. This is what you want to focus on for this Pisces full moon. Scorpio North Node. South Node, Taurus. What are you letting go of? Well, with Scorpio, material stagnation, stubbornness, what comfort zones are you stubborn in? I have my niece and my daughter are Scorpios, and they are Taurus North Nodes. I always talk about them. But Scorpios, and my mother and father were Scorpios, but they can get stuck into whatever they are comfortable with, and they can get stubborn and not want to move, because if they're comfortable with something, they don't want to be out of their comfort zone. So you have to let go and release Scorpio North Node. Um, Sometimes Scorpios can be fearful of change. But I always say to Scorpios, I always call them like the cats with 9 lives. You're going to be okay, Scorpio. You're very reinventive. You are the Phoenix rising. So you can endure anything, even though you don't want to go through things. But things change comes with learning. Learning brings about change. You have to be able to delve into certain things that are uncomfortable. And again, like I said, with this full moon, you might get a little uncomfortable. All north nodes might get a little uncomfortable because things may rise to the surface. But Scorpio north node, you've got to feel these things in order to be truthful about what you're feeling so that you can elevate to the next step, right? So material stagnation, uh, getting out of your comfort zone, emotional change, and stop clinging and holding on to false senses of security. What is your crutch? What is your crutch, Scorpio North Node? A lot of the Scorpios that I deal with is because this Scorpio North Node, the South Node, is Taurus. They still battle with self worth, even though their South Node is Taurus and they have already lived that life, they still battle with it. So, is self worth something that you're struggling with? You are valuable. And even though things may be uncomfortable, it's a learning process, Scorpio North Node. All right. So the next sign is Sagittarius North Node with the South Node in Gemini. So, what are you letting go of, Sagittarius North Node? We've been talking with the fire signs a lot about um, putting feet to ideas and things. And the last couple of months, last couple of readings, Sagittarius North Node, you have been transitioning and turning, and things have been looking up for you, right? So, but one of the things, again, that we don't want to resurface, we want to let go of that overthinking and getting so philosophical that we're not doing what is needed to do. So we're letting go of overthinking, getting bogged down in the details, gossiping, um, releasing. Again, like I say, you can talk philosophy, just gathering information, but never farming a belief. Okay. My brother is a Sagittarius, and sometimes we talk, and he's one of the smartest people that I know. Smartest people that I know. But sometimes to get him to stand on something, okay, so you believe this, he doesn't want to say yes, yay or nay, right? Because that will put him in a box, he feels. But it's okay to stand on something, because why? Is it that you don't want to be wrong? We're not perfect. We're going to be wrong about some things. It's okay to come back and say, I used to believe this way and I have evolved. On the wheel, I was here on the wheel, and now I'm here on the wheel. It's an evolution, a process. It you don't it never has to be a defeat. It doesn't have to be a defeat. So um Sagittarius, you're going to trust in the big picture. Trust in the big picture and focus on higher learning. I think on the last node video, it might be the one before last, I was talking about how you may even go back to school or something. Um, and it's about you taking a leap of faith, and trusting that big picture. So now we have moved to Capricorn North Node and South Node in Cancer. So when I was on Cancer North Node, I kept saying Capricorn North Node. So I was talking to someone, and it was about letting go of rigidity and all of that. I don't know why, but Capricorn kept popping out, even though I was talking to Cancer North Node. So whoever I was talking to, it resonated. I'm sure that you felt that. But now we are on Capricorn North Node. So what are you to let go? Emotional moodiness, codependence, hiding in childhood nostalgia. That's a very interesting one. Hiding in childhood nostalgia. Why is that interesting? Because Capricorn, uh, sun signs, and you may find you being a Capricorn North Node, you may do the same. They like to repeat scenarios because this is the way they process. They will loop, they will loop and go over things. But Spirit is asking you to release some of that, releasing the childhood nostalgia. Why would Spirit want you to release childhood nostalgia? Well, um, when you're a child, you do childish things, okay? And some of that time you might not can get back, and you're supposed to be on a new trajectory, a new trajectory. And the lessons that were learned, sometimes people loop, maybe if they feel that they haven't learned a lesson. So sometimes you have to release that and move on. And even if it was a mistake or anything like that, just say that's what it was, or you might not want to call it a mistake. You might say that it was a learning opportunity, whatever you want to call it, but let that be there. Give yourself time, though. I mean, it may take you time to come out of that loop, but understand there needs to be an endpoint. Okay. So, hiding in childhood nostalgia, releasing the habit of letting your emotional feels hold you back from growing up. We were just talking about that. You won't be able to grow if you stay stuck in the past. You learn from the past. Yes, we are to learn from the past, okay, and take those lessons. But at some point, we have to make new ventures, right? Um, Take responsibility, claim your authority, build your career, and focus on long term things and emotional maturity. That's what you are to do with this full moon in Pisces. Now we're here with Aquarius North Node. Aquarius North Node, South Node in Leo. Let go of ego. Let go of ego. Ego is always big when Leo comes into play, and Leo is your South Node. And the nodes are now in Aquarius with South Node Leo. So we're letting go of ego. We're getting rid of the I, and we are into the we and the us, right? You don't need personal applause. We're releasing that. We're releasing dramatic entitlement. What does that mean? I mean, everything is a production, or everything is, not woe is me, but, people are out for me, or, you know, so we're watching that. Stop prioritizing your own personal pride over the collective. We look to you, Aquarius North Nodes. You are the innovators. You are the ones that think outside the box. You are the ones that can be really spiritually in tune. So you need to pave the way, release those things that no longer serve you so that you can have a clear path so the rest of us can follow. All right. Channel your creativity into humanitarian causes, community collaborations, focus on equality and making a difference for the collective, for the collective. So that is what you should be focused on. And last but not least is the Pisces North Node. And that is what I am. I'm Pisces North Node with South Node in Virgo. So, what are we to let go of with this full moon in Pisces, Pisces North Node? Hypercriticism. I find myself doing that. So, criticism and perfectionism. With Virgo being our South Node, it's easy to get into that. And I find myself being more critical of myself. I think a lot of signs this year are over analyzing themselves. That's a different way of looking at ego. So we people in the spiritual community, I think it's great that we are saying, where can I do better in things? But we are over focused on it. We're over focused on that. So we need to watch that. Hypercriticism, perfectionism, chronic worry, and micromanaging. This is what we are to get rid of or release with this Pisces full moon and eclipse. Release the exhausting belief that you are responsible to fix everything. I know I feel that sometimes because I am the go to. So I am learning how to delegate. I live on land with a group of people, and some things that I find that Virgo comes in where, okay, I'm going to have to fix it because no one else will, but then I get burnt out. So I'm learning how to delegate, and say, for instance, if it's yard work, I'm learning that I need to hire somebody for some of this other stuff. Even if I know how to do it, um, I need to hire others or show them how to do it so that I won't have to do it, so that I can delegate. So, yes, so I am not responsible for everything. I don't have to be. So this is what we're releasing, Pisces North Node. And our focus this full moon and eclipse is to surrender control. Develop deep trust in the universe and lean into your own spiritual gifts. Focus on emotional healing and empathy and artistic flow. What is it that you want to do artistically, Pisces North Node? Use this as an element to delve into some of those things. But this whole Pisces full moon is about releasing, releasing. Uh, what do I have in my notes? Release, heal, and awaken. We're releasing, healing, and awakening. Awakening our new path, releasing what no longer serves us, and healing those wounds, trying to heal those wounds. And even healing comes with grieving. Maybe we are grieving that we are no longer those beings anymore, that we're trying to transition. Okay, so in recap, the full moon tomorrow in Pisces with the eclipse, it's about purging, it's about creating a new way, it's about releasing things that don't serve us, releasing old habits that are not in our best interest, and we are to heal from wounds that we have that might block us from our purpose, might block us from our purpose. So, with that, everyone, I thank you for joining this live. I hope to do even more lives. And I will get a hang of this whole thing. Again, this chat, I can't see anything. It just is a little sign that says something went wrong. I don't know what it is, but I will fix that and figure that out. So, with that, I leave you and I wish you prosperity. I wish you wholeness. And more than anything, I wish that you utilize the universe's energy tomorrow and release those things, start working on releasing those things. We know that certain things take a while to do, but it's the beginning. It is the beginning so that we can be on this trajectory to fullness. All right. And with that, I say ashe, ashe, ashe.